The night was shrouded in an unsettling darkness, with only the faint glow of a crescent moon providing scant illumination. The air was dense, charged with an eerie energy that sent shivers down the spines of the Marshall family as they trudged wearily along the desolate path that led to their home. The late hour had caught them by surprise, and they found themselves navigating through the labyrinthine woods, a shortcut they rarely took. James Marshall, the father, led the way with the flashlight in hand, its feeble beam cutting through the inky blackness. Beside him, his wife, Emily, clutched their young daughter Lily's hand, her other hand clutching her own racing heart. Despite their attempts to remain calm, the palpable tension in the air was impossible to ignore. As the trio pressed on, strange sounds began to echo through the woods. Twigs snapped and leaves rustled, but there was an odd rhythm to it, as if something were shadowing their every step. Emily's grip on Lily's hand tightened, and she shot worried glances at James. He tried to reassure her with a forced smile, but his own unease was evident in the furrowed lines etched across his forehead. Their path was lined with ancient trees that seemed to loom over them like sentinels of a forgotten era. The wind whispered through the branches, carrying with it an indistinct murmur that prickled the skin. Lily, only 8 years old, had begun to whimper softly, her wide eyes darting around as if she sensed the presence of something lurking just beyond their sight. A chill raced down Emily's spine as she heard faint whispers that seemed to be emanating from the shadows themselves. She strained her ears, trying to decipher the words, but they remained just out of reach, teasing her with their sinister secrets. "Did you hear that?" she hissed to James, who had also grown increasingly wary. The flashlight's beam flickered, casting fleeting shadows that danced along the path like malevolent phantoms. James cursed under his breath and smacked the flashlight, coaxing it back to life. But its feeble glow seemed to wane further, as though the very darkness around them were sapping its strength. Lily's soft whimpers had escalated into a full-blown cry, her small frame trembling uncontrollably. James swept her up into his arms, his heart aching for his frightened daughter. "It's okay, Lily," he murmured, his voice cracking. "We're almost home." But their sense of direction had become distorted, and the path that should have led them home seemed to loop back upon itself in a disorienting fashion. Panic gnawed at the edges of Emily's mind as she realized that the woods had become a labyrinth, a trap designed to ensnare them. With each step, the oppressive atmosphere grew more suffocating. The whispers swelled into a cacophony of voices, a symphony of haunting echoes that reverberated through the very fabric of the night. The trees seemed to bend closer, their gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers yearning to clutch their prey. James's flashlight finally gave out, plunging them into complete darkness. Emily clung to Lily and James's hand, her heart pounding in her chest. "We need to get out of here," she pleaded, her voice trembling. Just as despair threatened to consume them, a distant, ethereal light flickered ahead. It was faint, but it beckoned them like a beacon of hope in the sea of darkness. Without hesitation, they followed the glimmer, stumbling over roots and fallen leaves as they moved toward salvation. As they drew nearer to the light, the whispers began to morph into coherent words. They were no longer just fragments of sound, but clear messages that seemed to reverberate within their minds. Words of warning, of doom, and of ancient secrets that should never have been unearthed. The light led them to the edge of the woods, revealing the comforting glow of their own porch. Relief washed over them, but it was short-lived. As they turned to glance back at the woods, the darkness had receded, but it still seemed to linger at the periphery, watching, waiting. The Marshall family hurried inside their home, locking the door behind them and drawing the curtains shut. The whispers had ceased, but the memory of that haunting walk home lingered like a sinister specter. They huddled together in the safety of their living room, seeking solace in each other's presence. Days turned into nights, and while the whispers did not return, an unsettling feeling remained. Every creak of a floorboard or rustle of a curtain sent their hearts racing, as if the wood's malevolent presence was still lurking just beyond their sight. The family never ventured through those woods again, and they never spoke of that night to anyone. But in the stillness of the night, as the wind whispered through the trees, they could almost hear faint echoes of those haunting whispers, a reminder that some terrors are not easily forgotten. As the haunting echoes of this tale linger in the air, remember that even the familiar can become a realm of terror after dark. If this chilling story sent shivers down your spine, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Stay with us as we continue to explore the eerie and the inexplicable. Until next time, keep your footsteps steady and your lanterns burning. Sweet dreams, viewers.